Comfort feels harmless. It feels earned. It feels safe. That is why you don't question it. You don't see it as a threat. You see it as rest, as balance, as something you deserve. But comfort is not neutral. It is not a pause button. It is not recovery. It is erosion, slow, silent, consistent. You don't notice it because nothing breaks all at once. Your life doesn't collapse. It just softens. Edges disappear. Urgency fades. Standards quietly lower. You wake up. You repeat yesterday. And you call it normal. Comfort doesn't trap you by force. It invites you. And you accept. You choose the easier option. Not because it's better, but because it doesn't ask much of you. No resistance, no friction, no demand to change. And over time, you start protecting that feeling. You organize your life around not being uncomfortable, not being challenged, not being exposed. You don't say that out loud, but your behavior says it for you. You delay hard conversations. You postpone difficult decisions. You avoid situations where you might fail or look inadequate or feel uncertain. Not forever, just for now. And for now becomes your entire life. Comfort trains you to wait, to hesitate, to believe that someday you'll feel ready. But readiness never arrives, because comfort kills the conditions that create it. You think you're being patient. You're actually being passive. You think you're being careful. You're actually being afraid. And the most dangerous part is that comfort rewards you immediately. You feel relief. You feel calm. You feel fine. So you assume you made the right choice. But relief is not progress. Calm is not direction. And fine is not enough. Comfort slowly convinces you that your current limits are permanent, that this version of you is realistic, that wanting more is immature, risky, or unnecessary. So you shrink your expectations quietly, reasonably. You stop asking uncomfortable questions about your own life. Why you're still here, why nothing has changed, why you feel restless but do nothing about it. Comfort gives you explanations instead of answers. You're tired. It's not the right time. You'll do it later. Later becomes a concept you rely on, a future version of yourself who will be braver than you are now. But that version never shows up, because you never create the conditions that would force you to become them. Comfort keeps you occupied, not fulfilled. Busy, but stagnant. Entertained, but empty. And you mistake movement for momentum. You scroll, you consume, you distract yourself, not because you're lazy, but because distraction is easier than facing the quiet truth that you are avoiding your own potential. Comfort makes avoidance feel responsible. It wraps fear in logic. It dresses stagnation as stability. You say you're being realistic, but realism has become an excuse to not risk anything that might expose you. So you stay where you are, not because you love it, but because you know how to survive there. Comfort teaches you how to cope, not how to grow. And growth requires friction. It requires pressure. It requires moments where you don't feel in control. That's what you've been avoiding. You don't lack discipline. You lack tolerance for discomfort. You don't lack clarity. You lack the willingness to act before clarity feels complete. You don't lack opportunity. You lack the courage to give up the comfort you're hiding behind. Comfort whispers that you have time, that nothing is urgent, that today doesn't matter that much. But time is passing anyway, quietly, relentlessly. And every comfortable day you repeat becomes a vote for the life you're already living. You are not stuck. You are sedated. Not by failure, but by ease. And the longer you stay comfortable, the harder discomfort feels. The threshold lowers. Resistance increases. Small challenges start feeling overwhelming. Normal effort starts feeling exhausting. That's not aging. That's atrophy. Comfort weakens your tolerance for effort, for uncertainty, for responsibility. So when real pressure arrives, you panic. Not because it's unbearable, but because you trained yourself to avoid it. Comfort doesn't ruin your life dramatically. It ruins it quietly. You don't lose everything. You lose sharpness. You lose hunger. You lose the part of you that once felt capable of more. And no one calls you out on it. Because from the outside, everything looks fine. That's the trap. You don't feel pain intense enough to force change. You don't feel purpose strong enough to pull you forward. So you float, numb, comfortable. Until one day you realize years have passed, and nothing meaningful moved. That moment doesn't arrive with panic. It arrives with a heavy stillness, a quiet understanding. Comfort didn't protect you. It delayed you. And now the cost is visible, not in what you lost, but in what never happened. That is the real damage, and you already know it.